Top of the morning, ladies. My name is Chaz, and welcome to the What If Deku was as, or, or actually, what if Deku marries two female Vilgax? I'm just gonna say Vilgax because I know that there's a character called Myaxx. I think that's her name. I'll spell it out. Mya. And that's her.
Myaxx.
Myaxx. Because I just couldn't know how to spell her name correctly. So, yeah. So, I am also giving. So, before we jump in, there's these things. First of all, my ex will be like she was sent to Earth, not or she was born as an alien, but she was raised on Earth. So this is what she would look like. Yeah. And yeah. So no, yeah. She's about about the same age as Zuko and all that stuff. So, yeah. And I'm also adding Zumi into this what if, and yeah. And I'm making Zuko have a broken ability. Or no, not like the power is broken, that as a name would be, but he has not just one power, he has the entire galaxy's powers. He has powers of infinity, zero, and a special power called Raging Berserk. The only one word that someone will say to him is one word called calm. Like in calm down. So yeah, I am not gonna make it super dark. So it's already dark enough. So let's begin. So Zuko and Zumi have been born. And so then so at age of 3, the Zumi meets Bakugo. And Bakugo in this what if universe has a humongous crush on Zumi. Like, aka wants to marry her immediately before. That's how he feels in this what if. None of this your low lives and all that stuff. All that stuff. So yeah. But then Zuko meets her. As she basically was wearing the mask to disguise herself as a human and pretend she has powers. Because she's afraid of the people judging her by her appearance. Yeah, and she wanted, or actually after they met, of course, he also met Todoroki, but yeah. So, that all changed at age of 4. Like, short-lived. When the Quark Doctor tells Zumi that she has Quark, she can become a hero, and then he tells Zuko that he doesn't have Quark, and he should give up being a hero. As Quark Doctor lied to Zuko because Zuko's limit. First of all, he was born without a limit. So basically, one instance he could have just made the entire galaxy disappear. Yeah. The next thing would be like him making cheeseburgers out of thin air. So, yeah. Let's. So, yeah. So then So no one likes him. And his own, like, friends dumped his own, or so she basically dumped him, because of, yeah. So he's just, and he was abandoned, and then, as he can't really, as he just walks away. And as he covers his face, as he does walk away from his own, or so he leaves Japan. As he goes to isolated area, like basically the Iceland, or not Iceland, the Antarctica thing, like basically a top of the world kind, the frozen part. I forget what they're called. So tell me in the comments below of who is it. So, yeah. So he's isolated himself from the rest of the world. As everybody thought he was dead. But then, out of nowhere, Zuko realized something. As he looks at his hand, and because it was cold for him, as he was about to become frozen. But then, out of nowhere, his entire, like, he was in a shelter. As it was like reality told him that you aren't just a quirkless. You're so powerful that even, yeah. And here. So then yeah. So his place can move by itself too. But because he's actually he has so much power that even like he just needs to calm himself down. So, yeah. So he learns how to control his powers. Through hard training. As he could see every possibility before it even happened. Like, he could literally see himself in any situation. He also saw his dark counterpart of himself. Or should I say, every alternate version of himself. Telling him that never give up, never give in. Like how we all were. As the Doomsday Zuko also trained with, or training Zuko to be much more focused, minded. Don't be reckless thing. Yeah. So people start doing, or he starts training as he's learning how to dodge bullets. He's been trained so well that even as time skip to All Might versus All for One. Because actually, during the entire time skip thing, is Tuzumi would be like canon version. But he also visits with her, Ling, and Bakugo and Todoroki. And so Zumi, she cares about her brother, but she also knows that she hated her brother thing. That's confusing, yes. But because it's been like a long time has passed as the Zuko, who at this point, or like from when he got abandoned and went to Iceland, all the way to All Might versus All for One. So Zuko trained so hard that even his own body, he went from looking like he looked like, he went from looking like Deku, who's his body, or I'm just gonna use Bakugo because, yeah, he went from looking like, or there it is. So Zuko looks like from him to being the, where is it? To here. Because Limit, like his quirk, is actually made him grow up so faster than a average human. Yeah, his body structure, yeah, this is what he looks like. with the hair down all the way. So let's continue this what if. So yeah. So then the All Might was down, but the yeah, like broken, and as of course the All for One says, any last words? As a voice comes out of the anywhere, I have one for you, All for One. As everyone looks around, as All for One in his prime, and is looking around, and he gets punched in the face by a man, or this guy, him, yeah, and with this hair color, or with this long hair, as he just punched him all the way to, through 50 buildings. Yeah. What was that? And when the smoke cleared, everyone knew who it was. As Bakugo says, no way. As Todoroki can't believe. And even her can't even believe it. That he's back. And when the smoke cleared, yeah, and Zuko appears. Huh. Long time no see. I know you're watching this, Bakugo, Todoroki, Zumi, and Ko, and Shashi. But let's, and it's, yeah. As both of them looked at each other and they're like, whoa, so how can he tell? Oh, and they're like, whoa, how wait, what? Let me show you how real power, as All Might tells, or as Zuko tells All Might, just sit back and relax. Let me enjoy this moment. As Zuko uses his full power, and Zuko tells them, I wasn't born quirkless at all. My quirk was simply my limit. Without the limit, this is what the results are. As Zuko uses his full power, even towards the max of his own body. But he was trained well. It's like Super Saiyan, like, as everybody is like Shiraki-sen can't even, but when he saw the power for himself, when Zuko did, Yeah. Here, ready? As everyone can't even believe it. They could feel the aura radiating off of Zuko's body. As Zuko says, the quirks are nothing compared to my powers. As it starts, because how much power he's holding back, and over years have passed, he launched himself of like a rocket, as at full speed, not slowing down. Yeah. You might end up thinking, oh crud, here we go again. Yeah. Well, Zuko punched all for one around like a little rag doll around the entire Earth. And so fast. Yeah. Prime All for One was nothing compared to him. As the. Yeah. And, you don't see, or they don't see, like, what. As when he claims All for One, like, he killed him right then and there. As he's like, And as he goes back home, I just wanted to pay a visit to who to see how's things going. As Zuko says, is to the news company. As he looks up, as he snaps his fingers, as what they saw, or they looked up, and they saw a house, a floating house, right over their city. Plus, it wasn't small. It was like a spaceship kind. And yeah. Yeah. So he's like, whoa. Or they're like, whoa. Oh, that, as they're so surprised. Even her was so surprised about it. As like, because no one ever made, yeah, as he's just doing, typical things. So after that, the entire government tells them, or they talked among each others, that this kid is so way too powerful for any normal or normal person, or his powers are too much. How can he control it without losing control? Well, as Itachi says, well, I know that there's one thing that if the what my brother, or not brother, if my little, or if my son was telling the truth, if, remember what he said? Yes. The quirks that all of us have are useless against him. So, no, that's not what I meant. It meant, this is what he said, I was not born as a quirkless. My quirk was my own limit. This is what yeah. So then, yeah, when they heard, as Isashi pieced it together, as the pro hero shows up to the Quark Doctor's thing and tells him that, did you really have to lie to my son about him not having quirk? Yes. He lied because I know that, yeah. And so before, they actually told a bunch of students to ask Zuko to come back to, or go to UA thing. So, what does Zuko do? Or so they go, and Zuko can be found in underwater, above water, above sky, or land. But because of invisibility that he made, it made his entire ship disappear. Yeah. And everybody's like, okay. And they all gave up except for Zumi and her. So she wanted to apologize to Zuko for being, yeah. And yeah. So basically, he was just watching from afar. Yeah. So one day, she actually was by herself, but she came across him. Because she was trying to because she was a human thing, or actually she is like that, but she's mostly like human thing. So when she got she was trying to find him. But then, as she actually did have a humongous crush on him before. And when she located him right behind in her, or not behind her, as her, or actually in like couple feet away, she sees him just training his body. As she walks up to him, and because she doesn't want to scare him, about like who she really is, but when she got close and visits with him, as she knows that he's more calm, as he looks at her, as she says, hey, I'm gonna look at her up. So, yeah. So, Ben 10. I hope I don't get demonetized for this. Because, yeah. Yeah, so, yeah. I don't know how to say this one. So yeah,
Chimera sui generis. Chimera sui generis.
yeah, chimeras.
Chimera sui generis.
Yeah. And when he looks over and he says that, as that caught her off guard, as she knew, or she didn't know that he actually knew she was. As he came and, or actually, he asked her to come in and sit down, as he was being all gentle. And she's like, how did you know about my species? Well, I knew from since when we were age of 3. After we first met. But I kept it under wraps so that no one, or I don't have any grudges against you. Because I mean, for quite a while, I wanted to say, because he actually now confessed how he feels about her. As when he told her that he's in love with her, she basically was, yeah. So basically she got up from her seat, she walks over to him because she has her heartbeat or basically her heart is beating 9 million per second. Yeah. It's like her heart starts to bum 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 bum. Yeah. The for Zuko when he told her that. As yeah, he could. So when she walks over and hugs him, and she actually kissed him right on the lips, thing. As she basically, she had tears down her eyes. As she says, "Thank you." So yeah. So then yeah. Basically, she's like, I never had a friend that knew who I was and didn't actually care about it. I thought as she thought that her, because back then people all made fun of them and like basically send the remaining, or no, every ones, there was only a batch full of them. But when Zuko tells her that he knew sometime that you were. So, she doesn't, or so when she knew about his, so yeah. So then they were dating, so yeah. So then so he did bring his ship to like wherever, as he did clean up his like body and put the suit on. Yeah. As yeah. As he looks like he went from being like the strong buff up dude to looking like that. But with like he still has like the big puffy hair. Her as he goes on a date with her and yeah. As he does like he's happy that yeah. So he walks over to his. So then after that, Zumi is still searching in town, basically. And she looks over and she sees her friend at a fancy bar or fancy restaurant thing. And she looks over at the other. Or they were already done with their food things and yeah, and she's wondering who's that other kid with her. So then after they leave, so he walks her home, and he meets his little sister. And he wasn't drunk, but he was just, he's such in a good mood that he even fell backwards. As, yeah. So then she's like, it's probably some strange guy that dressed up as it. Maybe it's Toga in disguise. But then when Zuko looks over, yeah, as he walks over, after he took her home, he walks over, he sees her, way after, as he walks over, and he says, "You must be Zumi, right?" "Yes." As he gives her a better hug, little sister, as he's just, you know who I am, right? I'm actually Zuko. You never noticed who I... Or actually, she says, "Zuko, is that you?" "Yeah, it's me." As Zuko, or as Zumi is as she hugs him, it's been so long that day. Yeah. So then the time skip. Or so he does go to UA and he trains and he becomes Class 1A. Or no, he becomes a pro hero shortly after. Because they just okay, Zuko, go ahead. Boom. So then he was in the top 3. He is a number 1. Yeah. As everybody's like, whoa. I don't know who this Zuko kid is, but man. Or Deku. As Bakugo can believe it. As, yeah. So then they all met him. And of course, yeah. So then as they knew who everyone was actually, as Zuko labels their names, he literally talks so fast that he even Mina, Ochago, Momo, and all that stuff. As they're like, man, I hang around with him. Yeah. Azumi did. So after the time skip, they're 18. So Zuko and her were basically, they both got married and had a daughter that has powers that are similar to whom, basically she has the basically human DNA mixed with the
Chimera sui generis.
Chimera sui generis. Chimera sui generis.
yeah, that one. So this is what she would look like. And she's basically not a villain. And she is basically the hero thing. And yeah, he actually had two kids. One was that, and the other was similar to deku. Yeah. Or actually is similar to like who that guy right there in the background. Name not Invisible Girl, but the other one. This guy that yeah. So she basically is glad that she has her own kids and yeah. And Zuko actually she doesn't mind him having long hair. Or short. Yeah. So then Ochako got married to Todoroki, and of course, so then Zumi gets married to Bakugo, and yeah. So if you guys want me to do another what if universe thing, or what if, because I'm thinking about doing a what if, you know, that who was basically, this is gonna be the funny part. And it's just gonna be a funny memes one at this point. Is that what if Deku had the like or was or no not was yeah, married to her. Yeah. If you guys want me to do if this video gets a likes, then I will upgrade it to have something that's more crazy. Because every like this video gets is going to boost the next what if to something crazy. Because yeah. And earlier, like in this video, what I mean by the maximal thing, yeah, here. That one. When you type up the Ben 10 female, her name, there's a really bad image that I will never want to show because of that stuff. So I don't feel like doing it. And yeah, it was pretty dirty. I don't want to use dirty. I want to use clean stuff, not dirty stuff. So yeah. So I'm just explaining. This is at the end if you want. So peace out. So have a good night or day, depends on the time zones, and